All right, Heavenly Father, thank you for this time as we come in to do podcast number 2. Father, we've talked about a great number of things. Father, we pray for our brother Andrew, who is struggling with the disease of alcoholism, Father. We're going to go pick him up tomorrow. We pray that he needs you. We can do everything that we can do, and we are willing to do that. Father, would you please give him the great gift of desperation to bring him to the point where he is willing to go to any length. That's my prayer for him. And as we go to the podcast, let it touch, Father, who you would have it touch. We're just going to try to say what we need to say with the truth and love, and let the chips fall where they may. In Christ we pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's go to work. A little different, huh?
I dig it.
Little different. Hello, I am Larry. I'm alcoholic. Welcome back to Recovery Unfiltered.
Rob Thomas, I'm also a grateful alcoholic.
We are not affiliated with AA in any way.
We haven't said that since 2024.
But we're going to.
Okay, we are not.
We are not affiliated. Because you know why? We're going to start talking about...
Listen, but not just AA, NA.
We're not affiliated with anything.
CIA, FBI, anything with an acronym? We're not affiliated with any of them fuckers.
We're very affiliated with ourselves.
TDS, we don't even have that.
But now what do? I do enjoy that group called AA.
I love it.
That group called AA saved my life, saved my marriage, and it saved just about everything in my life, and I'm going to continue.
Well, you know what it did for me?
What did it do for you? It made you prettier?
Well, it showed me some steps that pointed out my flaws.
Right.
And then it led me to a God of my understanding. Same God that I had, but a different understanding.
Right.
That's what it did. Then he does for me what I can't do for myself.
That whole thing, and people always ask me that, not always ask me that, but I think that was the best understanding of when I talk to people about because I grew up in the church, got baptized young, got baptized older in life, and I was involved with the men's group. I was involved with when my daughters were young, I was super involved, and I studied and blah, blah, blah. Super involved, obviously fell away from it. But man, when I first got sober, and when I got into this, and the ability, when you always heard my pastor say a personal one-on-one relationship with your Jesus Christ, and I never understood that, right?
But you do now.
Oh boy, yeah. Did it just come?
We have our neighbor Elliot, who passed away 2 years ago from pancreatic cancer.
I love Elliot.
He was he was the first. When my other brother Larry brought me down from Maynard's, I met 2 people. He wanted me to meet 2 men. Jay was one, and Elliot. These 2 were old timers. And Elliot looked at me and shook my hand, and I asked where I'm from. And he goes, "Oh, you're my neighbor then." Yeah, and he goes, "Well, let me tell you something, Rob. Call me before you take the next drink, and I'll go to hell with you.
Right.
Call me after you take the drink. You can go to hell by yourself."
Right. Right.
But he would always say in his share when he get done, I always thank God for AA, and I thank AA for God. And then I worked the
step. How many years did he have?
When he died, he had 50 years, and he was younger than Jay. He got sober in his 20s, but yeah. But I didn't make sense until I worked my steps.
It's always impressive when I hear people that got sober at that age. It just always impresses me. Sean that got sober at 17. What's the difference? But
1 year.
Right. Well, no shit. You fucking mathematical genius, you. And, but it's always impressive. 22, I've heard people get sober at 22, 24. Jesus Christ, the furthest thing from my mind was getting sober. But then again, at 24, 25, I wasn't.
Oh, I needed help by then.
Signs about.
But not through alcohol.
Well, yours was meth. Methamphetamines. But you know what? If somebody would talk to me about alcohol abuse.
Dry goods.
If somebody would talk to me about alcohol abuse back in high school, I probably would have, because literally I just was thinking about this the other day.
Do you think you would have listened in high school?
I don't know. You know what, Bonnie? What's funny is you say that, but towards the end of my senior year, I was...
After the wreck?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not... I would have been pretty open to it.
Yeah.
My cocaine was bad. My drinking was bad, especially after the wreck. It was...
Plural.
Bad. Wrecks, right? And that's when Katie was coming into my life, and that's when... did I curve off of it? Yeah, I did. And you know what? No, going back, I think if somebody would have gotten to me right after that first wreck, before that second wreck, I got into that second wreck.
Which was what, weeks?
Yeah, well, if somebody, it probably had to come to me in the hospital.
Yeah.
But then again, when I think about it, if I would have had to have another alcoholic talk to me about it, because...
Just like the book says.
Right.
We can gain the confidence.
looking back on my actions, I would have needed that lingo of another alcoholic saying, "Did you do this? Did you?"
And start telling you how
this?"
you're thinking. You know,
Right.
you were thinking this at that
Right.
point. And you were thinking this, like, holy shit.
No, because
You're reading my mind, fucker.
I can remember things that I did in high school, and there was no drugs involved. But I can remember doing things in high school where everybody else is asleep, but I'm still like, motherfucker, I need some more beer, right? Why are you guys all sleeping? And this is well, there may have been, but I mean, it was just not.
This is prime drinking time.
Right. I mean, why is everybody asleep already? You know, and it's just, I knew I had some problems, and then when I gave up football for alcohol, that was a problem, right? Because that was my first love, by far my first love, and I mean, it's the only reason why I graduated high school. If it hadn't been for football, I'd have never continued with high school, never. But then it was by far what kept me in school. And when my alcohol and stuff took me away from the love of my life, and that was football, I gave up everything right there, right? So, and anyways,
Where we going, Dad?
Where we going? So I have been, you guys have heard me talk about,
Every fucking thing.
well, yeah, but I mean, recently how I fired Rob, and I've done this.
Just beating that fucking drum, aren't you? Just
What?
beating the.
I gotta make sure make sure that you're fired.
Okay, right size.
And yes, I gotta make sure.
My gratitude list
You
just
get
keeps fucking.
unemployment?
My gratitude list just keeps growing.
No, you don't get no goddamn unemployment.
No, I get nothing.
He's going to have to call his sponsor, who's Larry's same sponsor.
Aw.
And work
They're
through
gonna
all
start tattling on each other.
work through all this trauma.
And so, anyways, because I knew, there's been stuff dwelling. I think, just so everybody knows why I'm bringing this up, this isn't all about Larry podcast. Even though everybody gives me shit, fuck off. You know what? Because I know there's other people going through a lot of the same stuff. And that's what.
If you're alcoholic, you're going through
right.
this.
And I do know that I am not afraid to talk about anything that happens in my life. In fact, Katie even brought it up that we have never walked through the 12 steps in this podcast, and we're going to. I love that thought process, but I am going to talk about one right now that I want to bring up, because I have been struggling with a lot of stuff, and I felt it, and I've been going, leading up to my surgeries that I was going to, is getting worse and worse and worse, right? It was just building in there because I knew I just had some stuff, and I was petrified. I still am, right? I'm scared to death of a healthy Larry, right? I'm scared to death because, look, I'm still on a belt and should still be, and I'm running around hanging stuff and doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, right? Katie and I were doing shit last night. Even though she's standing there, I shouldn't have been fucking doing it, and I fall backwards off of a fucking ladder, right? Why am I doing it? Because I'm feeling a little bit healthy. Because I shouldn't, when she said, instead of me telling her to get down, let me get up there, I should have said, honey, let me just hold you.
You should have went and grabbed her butt cheeks.
Right. And
I got you, babe. That's what I do.
Right.
I just- I put my face in her crotch and I got you, babe.
But
Do what you got to do.
Right. But in my
The best
ignorance,
part of his day.
It's good times.
not Folgers. But those are the things that I say. It scares me because I know there's going to be.
What scares you for what?
Because
What outcome are you afraid of?
I cannot go back to this again. I can't.
Back to what?
That pain
Can't
I just
go
went
through
through.
it again.
Okay.
The pain.
Yeah.
And
So what's a healthy Larry? How's a healthy Larry going to go back to that? Because you do too much?
Because I just don't know limitations, right? I don't. And the fears that I have leading up into this is, I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to be that unhealthy again, because
Then what can you do to prevent that?
there's a lot that I can't do. And my fears, I got to work through my fears,
Yep.
right? This fear inventory that I have, and what do I have? I don't feel as good of a sponsor as you are. And because the best thing about you is you fucking beat it and you do it right, right? I needed Robisms, and I needed that style of a sponsorship when I went through it. I needed that, right? It's the reason why I didn't stick with Jay, because I needed it. I wanted to start it the minute I walked out of Maynard's. I wanted that. I wanted everything, right? The minute I saw that little blip of that light coming into what was so dark in my life, I wanted it. And I needed that. And you did a very good job of it. But I don't feel the fears. So in the 4 years since I've done it, I keep hearing the fears and the fear inventory and the fear inventory and the fear inventory. And I'm really going back to mine. And I'm like, I don't know if I really went through that
or worked through that.
The way I should have worked through that, because there's
Well,
still a lot
at that stage. The difference now, listen, the steps are the steps.
Right.
People may do them a little bit different.
Right.
The difference when someone goes back through the steps,
Right.
the difference is them.
Right.
You're Larry,
Yes.
4 years sober. You're
Yes.
Larry with all the lessons you've learned, with all the with the growth in here.
Yeah.
You're different.
Right.
That makes them different.
And I want to be very careful. I'm 3 years. I'm not 4 years, because 3 years,
You know what I
6
mean.
months,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, I keep saying it as well because it's easier. So I mean, so when I
Like
say
Brandon
that,
doing the same thing. Brandon
Right.
going Pat.
right.
He's different Brandon.
Yes.
So it's going to be different. It's not necessarily the person you're going through just because they may have a different way to do it, but the steps are the steps. You're different, which is going to make this different.
And it's so for me to go back through the steps again with you, it would just it would
No,
probably be just as good.
But grab somebody else.
But
I'm
yeah,
tired
so
of you.
it's fuck you. But I'm going at it a different direction. I'm going after it with a guy that I feel like has been through, that has dealt with a lot of the family stuff that I have dealt with. That I feel that me and Doug have just a
Yes.
kindred spirit between us, that we have. I know him and he knows me, and I just feel like, so that's who that's what I want to do. In fact,
Well, that's also like the placebo thing, right?
Right.
If you
Oh,
think,
yeah.
oh, man, I want to go this way, and you're
Right.
really confident in that area, that avenue, good.
Right. And it's just, so I texted him on the way home from Home Depot today, and I'm like, are you ready to go? And he just, he texted me in between, and he's like, I'm ready. Are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then, but here's Larry from the very get-go. He's like, okay, Wednesdays. And I'm like, well, fuck, when I'm traveling, Wednesdays is normally my travel. And I'm like, God, but I know Doug loves his Thursday night. So that's going to be the hard thing for Doug and I.
Let me
is
ask
to
you a question.
figure- What's
If
that?
you lived in Turlock and it was foggy and the only fucking liquor
Jesus
store was open,
Christ.
would you go do it? You would drive and do it. So Wednesdays it is. By
Yes.
the way, I'm Doug's sponsor too. So, so by the way, I'm your grand sponsor.
Doug sponsor each other.
Yes.
It's fucking all inbreeding.
Yeah.
It's all fucking
They
inbreeding.
got a family wreath.
Yeah.
Fam, it's all inbreeding. The
Hey, when
only
I'm on
thing
a
we
ladder,
don't,
Doug hugs my butt.
the only thing
Just
we don't,
go ahead, Rob.
the only thing we don't,
Brad? Where's Brad in this scenario?
laughing at
Yeah,
all of
laugh
us.
at all of us.
Taking pictures.
Doing memes and
Making
shit.
memes.
Make him.
The only thing we don't
Cat
share
pets.
is our 4-step and our wives.
Our wives.
Yeah, it's the only thing we don't share. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about, I started talking about this only because I wanted to be ready. I know what fears I have inside of me, and I know what I have left that has to come out, right? There's nothing secretive. When I did my 4-step the first time and started working through that the first time, I didn't really know what was going to come up, right? I didn't know how all that was going to come out until I started doing it. Now that I know how these 4 steps, this 4-step is going to work, I know what's going to come up, right? Because I've already started working through some of these things, and I haven't really talked about it with another man yet. I haven't really put them on paper yet. I haven't really done some of that. But I think the thing that the part that I'm not worried about,
That's fear.
is the fear, right?
Your fear.
Because
You're afraid
there's
of fear.
there's so much in there that is fear circled, right? So I wanted to walk through that a little bit.
The 12 by 12 says every one of our character, the igniter, the start, of every one of our character defects is self-centered fear.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
Self-centered fear is the chief activator of all of our character, whether it's resentment, selfishness, all of our character defects. The chief activator is self-centered fear. So we got to outgrow that shit.
And I've always heard Rob say, I never make a decision based off of fear. Never make a decision, and I always hear
fear,
that.
guilt, shame, remorse. I never make a decision based on any of those because it's wrong.
Right.
Even if the choice you make is right, you're going to do something great, but that's the motive. Right. It's wrong.
So, and I catch myself sometimes making those decisions off of fear, right? Well, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose that, so I'm going to do it this way so I don't lose that. And I've caught myself doing that multiple times, and I'm like, you know what? I got to deal with this. There's stuff that has to be dealt with. And I brought up a fear, and I want to walk through it. This is a fear that is really not one that I deal with a lot. I really don't. That's the reason why I wanted to bring it up here, because it's really not as personal as it. There's a little bit involved in it, but not as much. So the fear is not being respected at work.
Oh,
right? So I mean,
lack of respect.
Lack of respect is a very, very something that I have dealt with prior, but I've worked through this fear over the time, right? And I've gotten better at it because I have worked through it. I have dealt with it a little bit.
Okay. Who or what do I fear? Lack of respect, he would put right here.
Lack of respect.
The cause. What are they going to do to me? This is, am I going to go to jail? Am I going to lose something with material value? Am I going to lose face? Will it result in divorce? Will it destroy a personal relationship? May I lose my job, etc.? Why not being respected at work? Why are you afraid of it?
So why not respect? Why I'll be seen incompetent or be replaceable, right?
Okay.
I mean, those are some
because of what people will think of you. You're incompetent.
Right. I may lose my status, opportunities, or securities, hours of paid positions, right? Those are some of the these are some of the things that
if you're not respected,
right, you start to, and I'll be talked over, overlooked, or blamed. Okay. Right. Those are some of the things that you looked at when you're not respected. Which you mean? And
on my fear list, that was column 2.
Right.
Column 3 would be, what does that affect? Does it affect your self-esteem, security, ambitions, personal or sex relations, or pocketbook?
So
all of them
on that, right? So my self-esteem would be my performance, right? My performance. Pride, I can't be wrong or questioned, right? That's my pride. Mm-hmm. Ambition, I have to be the one who delivers, right? That's one. And if I had to put that on my own list, that would be right there. I have to be that guy. I put a lot of pressure on me. If I'm not the guy in the front, I'm like, I can't perform as well. I need that pressure. I need that one. In fact,
so what did you do, Larry, to get the ball rolling?
What do you mean?
Column 4.
Right.
With the God column. What did I do, if anything, to get the ball rolling, set the motion, the trains, the circumstances which have led to me being in the position to have that fear? You are the boss.
Right. I put myself in that position.
And the boss doesn't need to be liked, but he needs to be respected. Right. So you must act in a way that is respectful. You must be a man worthy of respect. Doesn't mean you have to be the smartest, strongest, but you need to be a man worthy of respect in your conduct.
And those are the part of those fears that go back to where the position that I've been able to put myself in, because God has truly blessed me where He's got me in, right? And I get asked that a lot by my boss.
Say that again.
God has truly blessed me.
That's humility. I know. That's humility.
Yeah, God has truly blessed me to put me where I'm at. I haven't said that all my life. I can tell you that.
I know.
My ass worked my ass off to get to where I'm at is what I used to say.
You did that as well.
Right. So God has blessed me truly and put amazing people in my life and surrounded me with a group of people that has put me to where in the position that I'm in. Right. Mm-hmm. And when I get questioned in that position, what's the first thing that happens when I get questioned?
Don't you know who you're talking to?
Yeah, thank you.
Here's my fucking resume here. This you're talking to. This is Larry fucking Shepard.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. So that's
here's a blackboard of my accomplishments.
So this is why I brought this up with this fear of respect, because I've dealt with this, right? This is one of those things where that control thing that I had to work through with Chris, the very first thing that I dealt with when they had those damn pictures turned around was that right there. Do you fucking not know who the fuck you're talking to? Do you not know that? Do you not know who I did this? I've done this. This is who I am. And I had to abolish that in a long through here. Mm-hmm. And some of those, that fear that I never felt like I've dealt with was I had to back out of that and say, you're just a 6'3" man, piece of clay that God has molded.
Is molding.
Yes, molding. Mm-hmm. That's what you are.
Yeah.
That's it. And He's going to stop using you until you start recognizing what He's done.
But we control our attitude and our effort.
Yes.
So the way so if you are a man who does respectable things, respectable actions, treats people respectfully, that doesn't mean you know everything, can do everything, then you will be respected. You have control over that. So that fear should go away. And
it really has backed off a lot. Mm-hmm. There's still more a part of that. Is it a different fear that I'm not going to get into because it is personal? Mm-hmm. So there is another fear that Doug is going to get the chance to get involved with.
There's blue pills that help fix that.
But that was one of those things. And what's fun is when I hear I had one of my bosses when something I had to correct something that, because it was a decision that I made, right? Live with them. I do. I ain't afraid to make decisions. That's one of the things I can promise you. And I will make decisions based on a lot of money, right? And that's because that's where I've been put. And I had had to correct and talk to with one of the owners, and the owner said, you know what, Larry, I can honestly tell you, you're one of the most self-correcting people I've ever dealt with in my life.
Inventory taken.
And I was just like, I don't have any other way to live. I really don't.
I don't want another way. I don't want another way to live.
Right. And I do, and that's that examples that I want other people to see. And that's the direct results of these steps. And that same man has lost a brother to alcoholism. Right. So, and that's what's fun about going back through these steps. And then I'm excited to start going back through these steps is for that right there.
And then a deeper layer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because there's still so much.
And every time I take a man through the steps, which have been many, I go back through them. Right. And something that they say, another share, I go through a deeper layer of me through that. So I've gone through the steps. I can't tell you how many fucking times.
But do you think that's something, never have gone through them myself.
Never too late.
Correct. You say it could help.
Wouldn't hurt my grandmother.
And she's dead.
She's dead.
But do you think that's something that everyone through their journey should probably go through?
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times?
I wouldn't, absolutely.
Just like Madeline said that she had been through hers.
Mm-hmm. I heard a guy yesterday at the meeting, he's 23 years sober. He said he'd been through them 7 times.
Wow.
So, and it's up to the person. Jay and I've never really shared this, but Jay and I really didn't know that when I look back, because he had just had a stroke. So we didn't really go through like we should have, in my opinion. However, 2 years later, when I was going through something with the gut, I grabbed hold of Kurt. We went through them just like I do, boom, 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 boom. Right. But it got more in depth. I went through the steps, really. Right. But every time I've taken a man through the steps, I go through them. That's just the way it is. So I've gone through them many times. Will I ever actually sit down with another man and go? Probably not. Mm-hmm. I don't see the need, because I get what I need, the clarity and then the cleanliness when I do it. And I do it quite a bit.
And you've probably actually gone through a couple of the steps with him. You just don't know that you have.
Sure.
He does it to me all the time. Yeah.
Katie, and I can honestly, and hopefully this doesn't start an argument, but Katie, because how much I use the steps in our marriage, she has started using them, and I don't even think she recognizes.
I get all the time from these fools.
Yeah.
I don't think Katie even recognizes that she's actually started doing the same practice that I do, and some of the things that
just a review. And
it's just because she watches.
Because all we've ever done,
right,
as humans, right? I'm pissed off at this person. This is why, and this is what it affects. We just, and that's as far as we ever got. We get rid of. We didn't even look at what's my part. Fuck you. You know what, that person. What was your part?
That's the one I can't get past.
And then where have you been?
That's what we just talked about.
And in that part, where were you selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened, or inconsiderate? What was your character defect? Maybe it was only 10% your part, but you had a part in it. None of us have eaten a shit sandwich we didn't have a hand in making. Right. Or if you like it better, except you. You haven't. But, everything in our life is a reflection of a choice that we've made. Right. If you want a different reflection, make different choices. Right. So you've got to still look at yourself, even whether you've been someone who abused you. We all had a part, And
I have a hard time with that one still, though. That person that abused you. Okay. Yeah, I have a hard time.
Well, I'm just saying, in my case, I held on to it. I didn't share with anybody. I just carried that burden, which wasn't mine to carry, for way too many years. That was my part.
Right. That was your part with that.
Well, that was my part in that resentment.
Correct. You had nothing to do with.
Well, just like I was working with someone. His wife cheated on him. 3 times. I'm sorry. Every time.
His pecker wasn't big enough.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. But every time he went back, and then we were talking about your part. I didn't have a part. She's the one that cheated, Rob. I said, yeah, but 1, 2, 3 times you ended up back in that bedroom. Right. You ended up back in that situation. Right. You put yourself back there. That's your part in that resentment, not the action, but the resentment or the fear. That's your part. Right. We got to look at it.
And
he was afraid she was going to do it again. Well, if you leave the bitch, she can't do it again because you're not together anymore. So now the fear is relieved. Well, I don't want to leave. Oh, there's your part. Right. There you go.
You know what?
Do you see it?
No. You know what,
you
Rob?
Get flipped off a lot, don't you?
They don't say shit. Once they say, "Oh God, you're right." It's not me. It's just. But until you look at that, you won't get fucking sober.
That voice of reason that they didn't know that they needed.
But it's very, very hard. And I shouldn't say the only sponsee, another sponsee that I've worked with, and he actually listens to this, and it's fine. He's probably going to listen to this part of it. And I've said this, he keeps doing this one thing that, you know, gets upset. And I said, you know, you don't need that one thing in your life anymore. You can get rid of that one thing, right? Katie knows this damn good and well. She's heard this. She would go way before my sobriety and for my serenity, my peace and my serenity. I can promise you that. Because if I had to live in a hostile house environment, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. I wouldn't. Because I am not going to put that, as much as I love that woman, it ain't going to take my peace and my serenity. Because when you get rid of that out of me, the love that I have for her is gone.
It's just like they say, anything you put before your sobriety, you're going to lose.
Right.
Whether your family, your kids, job, eventually you're going to lose it because you're going to lose your sobriety. Right. So everything that comes first, and that's God. God's sobriety, the same thing.
But it goes back to what Rob is saying is that everybody wants, but that, and it's like, no.
But the minute they start saying but is when you stop them.
Yeah, because you're putting that in front of your sobriety. And the minute you say the but, and that's why he says what Rob's saying there, but you keep going back to it.
Yeah.
That's why it's there. Stop going back to it and it won't be there anymore. It sounds so simple.
But if you are going to go back, quit bitching.
Right.
Just quit bitching about it.
It's your fault you keep going back to it. And that is a hard reality for somebody that can't stop.
Because we kept doing it, picking that bottle up again. And this time it's going to be fucking different. Right. How? I don't know. But we tell ourselves 1,000 lies. You know,
and
you're hurting your wife. No, I'm not. I'm not hurting anybody but myself. I'm not hurting. That kind of bullshit we tell ourselves.
Insanity.
And then when you get on this side of it, sometimes I should have more patience. Like when we went and talked to Andrew's, you know, smells like piss and dog.
I can't.
And I just laugh, but I have to because, but by the grace, I'm one drink away from being there again.
For sure.
You know, and losing this and losing everything. So that's why I'm there. And I kind of laugh and joke and fuck with him, but
it's hard. It's hard for me because I want to get, I shouldn't say I want to get down there with them. I want to be empathetic to them. I want to help.
To a point.
Right. I want to hold them and struggle with them. And I want to struggle with them until they're able to love themselves. Right.
Nope.
No, so I said that wrong. I don't want to struggle with them, but I want to love them until they can love themselves. Right. No. So you hear people say that. No, hold on. You hear people say that, but on the other side of it,
but I just see that's the thing. I'll tell you. Tell you my point.
But I can't do that.
But
I can't because otherwise I got to protect myself.
But that's not in your chemical makeup either.
Because that's
not who you are.
No.
Because you're going to call a spade,
yep.
And you're gonna say exactly how you see it. You can't sugarcoat it. And some people, they want that sugarcoating, and it only prolongs their own misery.
That's where what I disagree with, and you hear in the room, and it sounds so fucking good. You hear, man, I'm gonna
love you till you can love yourself,
baby. I'm gonna love you till you learn to love yourself. Fuck you. That's all we've ever done.
Is that kind of like a fake it till you make it?
No, it's an AA thing, but it's so wrong because all we've ever done. I mean, in a self-defeating, self-destructive way, all we do is think of ourselves. Right. What does the book tell us? Selfish and self-centeredness is the root of our trouble. So what I've told people is, I will love you until you learn to love another fucking human being. Because all you've ever loved was yourself. Right. Get out of yourself. Self-centered prick.
Yeah, but on that same aspect, when you have someone who, maybe your spouse isn't as supportive, or they don't, maybe they're going through their own struggles that they haven't admitted to themselves that they have an issue, but you have somebody who's trying to walk in sobriety, but yet this person is just sabotaging you or not wanting to include you in their life anymore because of whatever the case may be, whatever the reason is, they're still living however they were living before you got sober. I had to learn to live, to do things on my own. And I was doing things. I was just going and doing because
so was she.
He wasn't. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go and do it. So I was more independent and doing my own thing. And then here's my husband now sober, wanting to go do things with me. And I was like, why? It was hard.
What makes it funny is she'll tell me, I'm gonna go to Turlock, blah blah. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna go with you. She's like, okay, yeah. So it is different.
Yeah,
I had a hard time
to live.
Yeah.
When he got sober, I'm sure I've said it before. Don't even think you're gonna come take in on my job now.
Yeah.
The house, the children, all of that was mine.
Right.
Okay, you made the paycheck. I've never said anything about it. It's always made it in the bank. Don't think you're gonna come step in on my job,
which I didn't,
and start doing my job.
Right.
let them do it. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
But
let them do it.
But men make the mistake when they get sober. They,
Right.
hey, I'm sober now.
I'm the man.
A
Look
week,
at me.
a week or a month or a few months into it, I'm sober now, so I'm back. Shut the fuck up. Which I didn't do. I was just had nose down.
But I think he knows how to deal with me too. Because if you would have came in and been
Right.
like, "Oh no," I would have. Oh no.
But that
no,
was
no.
never Rob to
without-
begin with, though.
No.
I mean, do you think that some people stay in relationships, whether they're truly unhealthy for them in their sobriety,
Yes.
just so they're not alone?
Yes, it happens
Which
quite a bit.
is horrible.
And eventually, the inevitable happens.
Or what about the ones? Well, I can't. I don't believe in divorce.
And a lot of times, people there's more divorce
it
happens
just-
more
it
when someone
creates-
gets sober because the spouse is not sober or not drunk either. But this is a whole new animal, a whole new human being.
Right.
And there's just the distance was.
Well, I mean, look at what I just said, right? Look what I just said about Katie. If Katie tried to input, if she brought more chaos into our house and didn't bring
or pushed you more towards the drink or whatever.
No,
Well,
I mean,
well,
if she just wasn't able to have some of her own peace and have some of her own, she was still creating chaos, I wouldn't be with her. There's no fucking way I could do it. I can't.
Don't you feel guilty a little bit though? Because she put up with it for how many years?
You know what though, Bonnie? But Bonnie, I'm going to tell you right now, she didn't have like animosity. She didn't have like chaos with me because I would just sit and fucking drink. I just would sit in a little corner and melt, and I was just nothing. I literally was nothing, and I didn't want to do.
Well, that's how he was too, but it was still pretty chaotic when you got to figure out how to get two kids to separate events. Right. One's got to be here, one's got to be there. How do I split myself? So I mean, it gets and get home and get dinner done and get laundry done and get.
I think that's a little bit different than what, like I said, you had little ones. Our kids were grown and gone.
Yeah.
I was just, we were living separate lives.
We were living separate lives in the same house, in the same even 100 square feet of our kitchen and our family room. I mean, it was just, he was in his own dimension. Right. There was nothing that I could do. I mean, he didn't want to talk. He was out of it half the time, and he was just shut down.
Here's the funny thing about it, right? Is my job is more intense now than back then. And back then, I used to say I drink to shut my brain off, right? Right?
We make
that's what I drink.
One of 100 things I used to.
The difference is
sun's
now,
shining, I drink. Sun's not shining, I drink.
And the difference now, if I don't have a million things going on, I can't shut my brain down.
Yeah.
I do better when I know that I have a million things going on. And if I have all that going on and I can see that it's all, and I'm not going to use the word controlled, right? Because that's a bad word to use. If I have a million things going on and if I have a resolution for all of those things, I'm okay, right? But when I don't have a resolution for all that stuff going on in my mind, that's when stuff is. That's what I give.
That's what I give to God. I see this kind of going, but you can have the rest because I can't deal with it.
I mean, that's when there's certain things that I have to let go because I can't control that. Right? That's in somebody else's book. There's something going on right now at work, and it's a big one for me, right? And I know it's going to be very, very impactful. And I've put it together in a nice little package and brought it in.
But by God, you better be respected for that too, or I'll fucking whoop somebody's ass.
But here's the thing, Rob. I've had to let it go, right?
Right.
It's not up to me.
No, you don't have
own
to,
the
but
company.
you choose to
I
let
don't
it go.
own the company. I'm not the one that's going to make the final decision. I had to put it all together, set it in front of them, and say, "Here," right? And if they say no, we're going to go a different direction, then so be it. And that's something that I'm going to have to be willing to give up, be okay with. But that's where my brain's different now. Because before I'd have been fighting, it's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go. And now I've put the package together, I've set it aside. And
You've done your part.
I've done my part, and if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm okay with that because I'm already on to the next project because I've already set it over there, and I'm already on to the next project.
But where do you think the steps have helped you with that too?
Right
Just
there.
like reconciling everything in your and you put it
know
into
that
a
I
nice
can
little
control.
box, and
I
here
can't
you go.
control it. I can't
You
control
do what
it.
you could do. You do what you do, or do what all you can do, and then give it to God. Or then I give it to God, let Him have it, or give it. Like when I've been helping one of our plants is doing repairs that needs more help, more kind of leadership. Not, it's just we have a different form in there. A good man, but just not. So I've been there helping, and there's been all these guys that bounce around. They bounce around to different plants, so they're under every different foreman too. So I'm laying it out, and there's Robert again is asking me, how do you want this? I don't give a shit how you do it. I go, I'm not XYZ foreman.
Right.
You've worked under me before. You've got it. I want this done. You got this much time to do it. I trust you. However you want to do it. I got other shit to do. Right. I don't micromanage it. That's how I do it. And I trust them to get it. I trust my men to get it done. And I'm good.
You want to hear something funny about that, Rob? Is I hate micromanaging, but I'm being put in a position that I'm going to have to start micromanaging a department. And I'm very, very frustrated. It's a conversation that just came up on Friday. And I'm having the hardest time with it because if I have to micromanage it, I might as well fucking get rid of every one of them and reload it. Right. And that's the way I am, to where I have to, I had to pray about that one extremely hard. And I'm going to have to go in there and micromanage, and I'm okay with that.
You know what I have found, though,
okay with
in doing what I do?
What?
When I let these men, which I have,
you got to wear your skirt a little lower so they pick you up?
I have learned ways, like when I come back, holy shit, I didn't even think of that. Mm-hmm. They'll teach you something. You let them use their own imagination, their own gifts. And I've learned a lot doing that way. Right. I want to learn.
Right.
So I'm going to just do it.
I don't have that right now. That's the problem anyways, we're getting off topic.
No, it's not just trusting God and just realizing I don't got to carry everything. I can't carry everything.
And you're right. And I've gotten way better.
Oh, yeah, you have.
Way better at, when I was drinking, I would micromanage the shit out of everything because nobody knew what I knew.
Fuck yeah, come on.
I would micromanage the shit out of it, but I fucking hate it now, right? I want to give my knowledge and help you. And then, like you said, do it on your own until you fail, and then come back and talk to me.
But if you don't, show me something new. I love it.
Right.
Okay, I like the way that sounds, though. I'm not micromanaging you and Logan in the house. I'm telling you guys how to do it better to get better at it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, see? I'm educating you.
I hope you see it that way.
You said something a minute ago, and I'm gonna argue with you just for a minute.
I'm
gonna bring up something. You said that you loved yourself for so long, that these alcoholics love themselves for so long, they didn't know how to love another human being.
They're selfish.
They're very selfish, right?
Yeah, right.
So here's where I'm going to say that I don't.
Well, no, it's a self-destructive love.
Okay, maybe
but all we've ever thought about was ourselves. I want you to think about, that's the whole point. I want you to think about someone else.
I did not get healthy until I learned to love myself. And to say that in a different way, I had to start respecting myself, right? I was demanding all that respect from other people, but yet I didn't even respect myself for the man I'd become. And therefore, I couldn't love myself. I couldn't love that woman right there until that, right?
Properly.
Right, yes, because I go back all the way to high school when I first started dating her, and I realized I didn't give her everything that I had possible to give, because I didn't even love myself even all the way back then.
I did. I just didn't have shit to give.
I didn't have shit to give.
I thought I was the shit, but I didn't have anything to give. I gave everything I had, but it wasn't very much.
Right.
God gave me everything to give now.
And I think that's a little.
So when I say love yourself, I'll love you till you love another person, which means I'll love on you. And and everybody, and all these people that I've sponsored, rarely have I pissed them off. Maybe a few of them. Really, to be quite honest, I give them a pat on the back when they need it, and they need it quite a bit. And I give them that reassurance. I give them that raw stuff. Rarely have I had to listen, MFer, but when it's needed, it's needed. What I mean is, all you've ever thought about in your life has been you. The book tells us that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So I'll love on you till you learn to think about other fucking people, properly, in a proper respect. And then love, like Jesus says, love your neighbor as yourself. Right. Don't love your neighbor as yourself. And he's talking about feeding your body, taking care of your body, don't destroy it as we've been. And I think that's love is an action word, not a feeling.
Yes. And I think that's what I'm trying to get to is I couldn't love Katie the way I love and my daughters.
Right.
And I couldn't love anything else around me until I learned to love the man I am. Right. I had to learn to love the man I am, to look in that mirror every morning and go, fuck yeah. Look at you.
But look what you're doing. I needed these steps and this revelation of change to become lovable.
Right.
The man I was looking at before sobriety wasn't lovable. So fuck who wants to love him. Yeah. He doesn't deserve it, to be honest. He doesn't. Yeah, I didn't.
I think I felt that way a little bit.
But when I worked the steps and I got better, not that we walk on water because we don't, but at least I admit when my feet get wet.
Yes.
But
that's the key.
I'm more lovable. I'm a more lovable person today. I'm more of a respectable person today because I do respectful things. I do,
You respect other people, right? And I don't think I respected other people at all. when I was.
So when someone says nobody loves me, well, you fucking lovable or not?
Right.
Are you a fucking cactus?
Right.
You know, I don't know. Yeah. So it's just self-respect or self-reflection, inventory.
But it is possible for people to evolve, whether it's with that person that they got sober with or with, maybe it's not.
You're right.
You know, sometimes people just grow apart. You sometimes have to work hard to grow back together.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had to learn.
Larry,
I mean,
for sure.
And it's a choice. You had to choose.
Yes,
I'm gonna work.
Absolutely. Right. And you have to work hard at it too.
Fuck yeah, you do. It's harder. It's harder to do that.
It is.
That's the harder path.
Yes.
Than it is. Hey, we've just grown apart. Let's just let it go.
And there wasn't horrible anythings that I had to forgive Larry. You know, through
my
his
four-step
journey.
didn't have a lot of her in it.
Thank goodness.
Right.
Yeah. You know, there wasn't anything horrible that we had to get past, but we had to learn to live together again.
Right.
You know, in his sobriety, I had to be, you know, at one so gracious and thankful for him even working through it, you know, going through what he had to go through to even get home and to, you know, integrate with our family again and figure out where we all stood and how we were going to be.
But on top of all the surgeries he's had the last 3 years, you've had to endure all that. You know, that's just, you know, you guys have walked through, just because you didn't have those onset things that, you know, people may have to the marriages might have to deal with. You had your shit of stuff to deal with. Enough. That's enough.
Yeah, because I didn't.
Now it's time to focus on Katie.
Yeah,
for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I didn't have the physical pain when I was drinking.
Of course not. We drink that shit away. I don't care. Methamphetamines and booze are the greatest antibiotics I've ever met. I never sick at all.
Destroyer of your body too.
Yeah, but I never felt sick. I never had a cold. I never had the flu.
You said something a minute ago too. I want to bring up. There's a reason why. When men, I'm just going to say men, it happens with women too. When men get sober and those marriages fall apart, it's because that woman, I believe that woman all of a sudden not liking
who they're with.
Correct. But
I've heard that very thing.
Because, I don't want to be, oh my God, he's looking at himself. I'm going to have to start looking at myself.
Or they don't like, I mean.
They don't like, it's a stranger.
Right.
And they don't want to put in the work like Katie talked about.
Yes, but they also don't want to necessarily have that person who's not a good time. I mean, Larry is a good time.
It does happen.
But it's.
I am not the same man you met in high school.
No, absolutely not.
I would hope not.
No. Thank God you're not.
Yeah,
either.
I'm not the same.
But, you know,
I've been with you.
But I mean, for me, I lean toward not drinking at all. Not because it's not fun, but just because. Why?
It doesn't need to be a part of your life.
I mean, it's never had to be. It's never been a huge part of my life in the first place. But, I mean, I could do without it just as fine as I could do with it. So, I mean, do I think our Mexican vacations in Cabo and Cancun and that kind of stuff are going to be as fun as they once were? Probably not. I just took down some pictures from the house. And Larry's like, you mean you're going to take down that picture?
40th. My 40th.
Yeah, his 40th birthday, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
I wore a t-shirt completely backwards all day long. Nobody knew it.
No, it was just, I mean, we went to a nice dinner as the family, everybody that was with us on this trip. And I look at the pictures afterwards and I'm like, your shirt was on backwards the whole time.
There wasn't a sober person in that group except for my daughters.
No. McKenna, she was 13.
It reminds me though, like of
12, maybe she
was
our
12. Neighbors. We had a set of neighbors, Ernie, and the first woman he was with, they were alcoholics. I mean, they drank bad, a lot of health problems.
Ernie's sober now.
Ernie got sober. She had a problem with him. All the problems they had was because he was a drinker. She was a bartender, and she was quite the drinker, but it was all his fault.
Sure.
Ernie got sober. And she didn't. She would expect him to sit at the bar with her and then drive her home. And then, what was the first time he messed up? He ended up back in the hospital because of his...
He started drinking again.
And it was with
you go to a barbershop.
He didn't stand a chance.
Well, you hang out at a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I was like, how can she expect him
to sit there at the bar?
Not drink when he has to sit there and stay sober to...
When she's
and
he'd come to me a little bit, but not much AA, not till the second time. Because when I got sober, her and my wife, you need to go talk to Ernie. He'd go, no, I ain't talking to Ernie. When Ernie wants me to talk, when he needs to be talked to, I will. But, just like the book says.
Right.
And then finally they split ways.
And then she got she got DUIs and
Ernie's done wonderful. He's married to his high school sweetheart. They went separate ways, got back in touch after, and now
came back
no
to
alcohol
That's why
involved.
That's why I married my high school sweetheart, because I'm not going to play that game. Even if we divorce, I'm going to end up marrying my high school sweetheart.
We're not divorcing ever. It's too expensive. Cheaper
to keep her. Hold on though.
Cheaper to keep them.
Here comes a Robism.
I hate that saying.
The young lady that I went and helped, me and Brandon went and saw the tree. She knows her. I work with her. I love her because she's got a great story and she's been through a lot. However, she was telling me, because I'm like my company type counselor for everybody.
Right.
Whether they're alcoholic or not.
We learned that with Priscilla.
So we were talking. I was talking to her and I said, "Hey, baby, what's your part?" What do you mean my part? This motherfucker Rob left it. I said, hold on. Last year, that motherfucker took off to another state for a certain time, right? You let him come back. 2 years ago, this effer did this. You let him come back. Oh, you would be past this point now if you had. But would you tell me, Rob, it's cheaper to keep him? No, she said that very thing. It's cheaper to keep him. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it now?
Right.
How expensive is it now?
Yeah, but sometimes
that's just
like
it's not.
When Larry was going through it, my mental inventory was, okay, this is how I can stay in the house, and this is what I can do, and this is what I can do, and this is what I would need to do, and I would need a little help here, and I was.
And you and McKenna were talking about this.
Yes, we were literally trying to get things together. Only so, no matter what he decided to do, if he was going to walk away, then he was going to walk away. But I still had a place. Mm-hmm. Our house payment at that moment was cheaper than I could get an apartment for. Oh, yeah. So I was staying.
Bitch, I'd have been kicking you out.
Listen.
Hey, but here's the thing. And she had told you've told me this. You can tell me if he's wrong, but he's told me this, that had he lost his job, he was gone.
Yeah.
That was, the only reason you'd kept him is he had a job, you'd been gone, which
I think that's the only reason she keeps him around still.
For him that he was going to figure it out. I was trying to do the best things that I could with my limited faculties to be able to get him to, stop. What are you doing? Let me try and help you in these ways.
Trying to kill myself.
And it's
the same thing I told Andrew. Saying that, I go, listen, and Brian's, and God bless him. I love Brian. When you try to convince him or tell him, look where you're at. You've been here before. You try to give him all those. You point out, listen, bud, to make the right decision. I said, well, when you're in enough pain, you'll be in enough pain. If you die before that, you die. We'll bury you. We might come over and find you dead. We thought we might find you dead. And I'm arbitrary about that.
And it's so hard not to have a feeling.
So I told him keep drinking. Don't spit that good stuff out because he took a drink and he couldn't swallow. Don't waste it.
I can't believe he tried to take a drink in front of you guys.
Well, I handed him the bottle. Here you go. He asked me to. What am I going to do? Drink it. Drink all you drink. Drink as much as it takes to become willing to do whatever it takes.
To finish it.
You get in enough pain till you're willing to do whatever we suggest.
But you know what, Rob? It goes back to what you and we've talked about. This.
I know.
There isn't spray. And you don't know what it is.
But I passed it.
My fucking breaking point. Why did it take that?
There is no spray. Here's the spray. The thing I just did to Andrew. Hey, Rob, hand me that bottle. You got it, buddy. Here. Want me to go buy you another? Want me to go buy you some real shit?
Right.
So you quit drinking schnapps, you puss. But drink it all.
Right.
Whatever it takes to get you to that point, because I can't do it. There's nothing I can say.
We don't know what it is. That's the point.
More booze is what it is. Just pour booze on it.
For me, I had to have somebody not answer a phone call, right? And that that poor woman right there was way prettier than Patrick ever thought about being. And
for me, it was when putting booze in didn't work.
Right.
The booze wasn't working, and I was terrified.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Mr. Rob,
pour booze on it. Pour booze on it till it works. Till you're ready.
It's not a scratch.
Yeah.
It's your liver in your life.
But if you're an alcoholic and you're not willing to go to any length for victory over alcohol, keep drinking.
Right.
Until you are.
What did I say?
And one or two things are going to happen. You're going to die and then meet your maker, stand before God drunk, and you can't tell him, well, you made me this way. No, motherfucker, you know a bunch of guys that got sober, so it's on you by that point.
I gave you a group of sober men to help you, and you still continue to drink. Mm-hmm. So don't blame me.
Yeah.
Right.
I know one of them was Larry, but
slurring to God. It's their fault.
Okay, now the only fear I don't have.
It happened.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You didn't stop it.
Yeah. Well,
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
well, you know how many people blame
That's a funny
God for
little
everything?
cartoon.
Oh, I
In their
know.
step work, I've seen more step work. The number one resentment was God, and then as you work through those,
I've heard it. I've heard it in these rooms that they
Just a
resented
question,
God.
and
Yeah.
we kind of got into that a little bit with when Madeline was here too, because everybody's higher power is a little bit different. So how does that make you feel when you're reading and your book is also encouraging the higher power, whether it be God or whatever?
whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, when they're angry like that,
What
with your higher power?
when they're angry with my higher power?
Yeah.
When they try and throw God in your face.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Well, one of the things
Does it bother me? It used to early sobriety, you know, but now, because my relationship with my God, with the God, he and I have had some conversations. Especially like when I went through cancer, I've called him everything but a white man, you know, and he can take it. He's got broad shoulders, and you know, and he puts me in my place the way I need to be put at times, and sometimes it's harder, sometimes softer, but he allows me to come at him any way I need to.
I can tell you right now, my God calls me a stupid motherfucker quite often.
Yeah, he has.
I mean,
I'm telling you, he does.
I have too.
But
I'm just telling you, I can't have a soft God. I can't.
No, it's not.
I cannot.
That's not in your nature.
I
but
can't.
it's not how you
But
are.
then, and then,
either.
Katie, there's a lot of questions that I can't answer either. Like when Matt and Mary, you know,
Right.
with Adam, why did God allow? I don't know.
No.
But then,
We
then,
will someday.
But here's the better question that I asked him: if he did tell you, or Katie, if he told
Would
you,
it
hey,
be
guess
any
what?
easier?
Hey, Katie, for the next year on day one, I'm going to lay out your year so you know. I would terrify me. That's why we don't.
Right.
Even if he told you why he took your mother, or why he didn't take her, why he allowed these things to happen in your life and in someone else's life, would it make it better? Would it ease the pain? You still don't have your son. You still, that loss is still there. I think that's why we don't have it. You know, why do good things happen? Why do bad things happen to good people? First, show me good people. 1, 2. When are the times in your life where you've experienced the most growth, the most, you know, when you've overcome something?
In the valley.
So why does God let us go through things? Right. So we can be overcomers, so we can grow and strengthen, and then help others, pick others up from the depths where we were.
Yeah, we can't. I guarantee you, I couldn't help anybody if I hadn't already been in that hole with them.
When I get home, I got to call Jim from Illinois, Jim Fritz. I got a call earlier this week from Emerman Angels.
Cancer guy.
Yeah. So I get to be a mentor to this he's the older man.
Love that.
And walk in and help him show him the mistakes I made, and he's in it, and, you know, trying to tell me about the pain, and but he's talking to someone who knows. He goes, and we talk about, you know, all this stuff, and he's just like, oh God, I find, you know, someone who understands. Yeah, I've been there.
Where do you get? You've done that before? Let me ask you a question. Where do you get more joy out of helping somebody walk through the cancer, or helping somebody go through?
Same.
Is it?
It's exactly the same. Yeah.
Saving somebody's life, and no matter which way.
If I can bring a bit of peace or some comfort, like realize it and he's still in pain.
Right.
He'll be in the same pain after we get off the phone than he was when we got on the phone.
Yep.
But someone understands.
Yep.
Been there and is past it, and is helping him take steps. Oh, I didn't even think about doing that, Rob. I'll try that. Just we are built for communion. We are built for fellowship.
Yes.
We are built for that.
Yes.
And we need that. And he's a hermit. He doesn't have any friends, no family. I go, well, why did you live like that? He didn't really like my wife. You don't like people, but now look what that's done for you.
Right.
You don't even have anybody to go pick up.
That bond.
You don't have anybody.
I'm happy.
No, but you don't have anybody. You don't have any kids. You don't have
super
anybody to go
happy.
pick up your medication. You don't have anybody to go to, and he goes, and I need that.
Or to drive him.
Yeah.
To
So when he's
treatment
bitching
or
about it,
something
I
like
got
that.
you.
he was bitching about it. You know, I need help, and I'm grateful for the sentiment, Rob, but I need fucking help. I need people to pick up my prescriptions. I go, then why did you chase everybody out of your life?
All right.
Oh. Okay. Now there's your
That's
liver.
a pertinent point.
Reach out
because I think-
to some of your family. You know, reach out.
Alcohol is very isolating.
Yes. Oh,
Very.
we need to
So-
talk about that.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
but
extremely isolating.
You do that to yourselves, and I mean, in
Say
your
that again.
case,
We
you
do
have to
what?
You do that to yourselves.
Yes, we do.
So I'm an
It's a
alcoholic
choice
with
in
no
which
It's
you
a
guys
choice.
make.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm
same
an
thing for
alcoholic
him.
with no
That's
alcohol.
the choice in which he made.
And then people say, well, if you realize how they used to treat me, motherfucker, it's a choice you made.
it's a
Did you
choice.
Did you hear what Bonnie just said?
No.
But it's a true fact.
What?
Bonnie, what you said is a true fact.
What'd she say?
She says that I'm an alcoholic without alcohol. I think it's a very common.
She's got the isms.
I think there's a lot of people that have it. Oh, yeah. I think that's a whole other episode. I mean,
that's people, kind of what we talked about.
Well, that's what the steps are for.
Yes. I don't know what
the steps are for. The I, self, and me.
Right.
The ism.
Right.
Yeah. But again, that's what you have said before. People who do not have a problem with alcohol would still benefit from going through the steps.
Because you still got some of the isms. Yeah. I am powerless over fill in the blank.
Yeah. Right.
Today.
Whatever you want it to be.
And it just empowers you. It enables you to see your part. Shit, if I just keep quit stepping that direction, this will stop. These consequences stop happening. Plus, I'll know myself better. I'll understand my environment better. My relationship with my God will be, and I'll realize what I can and can't do. And it's just easy. The burden's not mine anymore. Right. It's his. It was always his.
The minute I walked into Chris's office and I turned them chairs back around and he looked at me and said, "That ain't your fucking job." And I got a glimpse of who I was.
And then that Larry said, "What?
Oh my God.
I better be respected." Chris, you better respect me, bitch.
You have any fucking idea who I am?
Yeah.
And it was that, but that's what you just said.
Yeah.
You get a glimpse of yourself and it's like, holy fuck.
I
didn't like it. I
hope you don't like it. When you really look, not like dislike everything, but find out what's in there that needs to be worked on, what you don't like, and change it. Yep. And then guess what? God will bring someone.
Don't blame somebody else for the problem.
Don't blame somebody because it's not.
Change the problem. Whatever.
But sometimes changing the problem means that you have to remove yourself from a situation as well.
And somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Remove your from that situation, relationship, something like that, where you have to realize that your worth is more.
What's that about, Bonnie?
Absolutely.
Your worth is more.
What was that about?
Huh?
What was that about?
Well, he always makes fun of me. Oh, she's a hermit. She likes to be by herself. No, I removed the shit.
Right.
And that leaves me by myself. So be it.
But you're not a hermit. No. You got a husband and you got kids. Yeah. You're not a hermit like he's talking about.
No, not like what Jim did to himself. He isolated himself for a reason.
Right.
And now he's paying for that choice. But he didn't realize he had done that until I pointed out. Why did you do it?
Going forward, though, if he gets some help, or maybe there is like a community that he can get tied into, that somebody can come and help him as well. Maybe he'll be nicer.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe he'll forge a relationship.
But here's my question for all three of you.
Being nice kind of hard.
Here's my question for all three of you. With we just found out about this new man I'm talking to, Jim, with cancer. Do you think God brought him into my life just to deal with the cancer problems? Probably not.
No.
I'm trying to work that. My first answer is probably not. But I'm trying to work that all the way through.
I bet, like your family, your children and your wife, you're probably going to give him some AA and all of that.
Well, I already have been. Why did you isolate yourself? Right. Why did you push people away? What did they? What was your part? Yeah. And he's like, he didn't say nothing for like a couple of minutes.
Right. He's probably questioning who he got tied in with.
I'll call you back later.
He texted me yesterday while we were out. So I got to call him today. Yeah.
I got to figure out all kinds of insecurities I didn't know I had. I knew I had insecurities.
Oh, I did a fear inventory with her.
The amount of insecurities and like things that I thought I've been over for years.
Well, so here's how it went.
But do you think that made you, not like you're a bad person, but a better person for being able to see those things?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm way less judgmental. And I got a lot of my insecurities from, well, I know what they think when they see me. No, you don't. You know what you think when you see them. Yeah. So now you think it's the same.
Right.
So.
That guy's a constant liar. Why would you say that? Because you're a fucking constant liar. That's why you're going to say it, right? Yeah. I mean, those are the judgmental things you tend to say.
It takes one to know it.
No, it does.
Well, kind of.
That guy's a fucking alcoholic. Yeah. That guy's a fucking alcoholic. How do you know? Because I am one? I mean, that's the reason why we can poke it out pretty fucking quickly.
Right. Yeah.
That motherfucker's got a drinking problem.
When we started, before I with Grace, Brad's wife, and Doug's wife, Michelle, and I did a little more with them, and one of these with her, with Bonnie, and she's, well, you're my husband, you're not my fucking sponsor, so I'll do them in my time. Great. So a couple of months went by, and I said, we were sitting down at Cindy's. I said, so how's that? How's your fear inventory going? And she looks at me, she puts a fork down. Well, I'm 13 fucking years old, going through it, and she goes, and I realized, shit, I thought, because time elapsed, I thought I had dealt with. And I hadn't. She's still carrying that brick, that burden, drop that motherfucker. But that's where she was, and it just takes time to realize who you carry these bricks for anyway.
You have to understand it is okay to walk away from a parent.
Oh, yeah.
or it's okay to walk away from.
Yes.
They always say blood's thicker than water.
Bullshit.
There's some that can make you
drink some Oak Hill water.
bad about yourself and make you so angry and hateful. You have to just walk away from them.
Anchors on you, and they're going to make you drown.
Bonnie, going back to what you just said, it ain't no different than a family than me walking away from her. She made my life.
That's the point she's making.
Yeah. I mean, there ain't no fucking way I'd still be with her if she was making my fucking life miserable. I had no fucking way. I would not do it.
Before, like, I went through this stuff, and I'd be like, how could you just cut a parent? Like, your parent loves you. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Do they?
And no, they do not.
Hey, thank you.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
no.
Not all of them.
But there's some that are so self-absorbed that they don't see outside of themselves.
They won't.
Yeah. And especially,
I hate to say that they're narcissists because it's not necessarily even that. They're just incredibly selfish.
No, a lot of them are narcissists.
No, but there's still a
lot of them really are.
But hey, if that's a label you want to put on them, fine. But that's the character defect they exemplify. Yeah. Selfishness. Right. They're just so me.
And it's hard when you do live with someone like Rob. So I do know a lot about alcoholism. I do know a lot about the steps and stuff. Bitch, you're an alcoholic. You're a sick ass alcoholic. You are an alcoholic of the worst kind. You're the kind of alcoholic where I have to justify, no, he didn't hit me. No, he didn't say bad things to me. No, he didn't do this. Yes, he made
because you're that one.
Because that's who you are. Like,
but you lived with that guy too.
So knowing all that and knowing I can't say it to him, because if you say it to him, then it's like, oh, let me tell you, like. Now I know why I go to slap first too. Yeah, like
got Bonnie fired up.
Oh yeah,
Bonnie fired up.
Well,
he's an asshole. I'm going to choke him.
Well, and the reason we parented a certain way, she did. When we not battled, but we had really differences because she was abused. She was beaten by that. Mm-hmm. You know, when her brother would show up with the man's belt, and then his name
mentally and physically.
Yeah, physically. You know, just beaten.
I think my brother can't have children.
Really?
Because of what he did. Wow. My stuff was on the inside, so it wasn't getting
this is
was
abuse,
on the outside, and I think he got hit too much.
So then there's that. You know. Wow. So she married me because she loved my dad. Yep. You know, probably thought.
I wanted opposite from what I grew up in. And I was not going to have alcohol.
And look what I turned out to be.
I was not going to have.
Just not an abusive alcoholic nonetheless.
Right.
You know.
Just an absent alcoholic.
Absentee father, absentee husband.
That's what I was. I was.
All right. Yeah.
My ADHD just fucking checked out.
And we need to get you on your feet too.
Yeah, I can't. I've been sitting here way too long. Katie, we got to fix this right here.
To the Recovery and
we got to
Filter
fix this one.
podcast.
Then fix it. We'll get Brandon on it. He'll fix it.
If you'd like to reach out to us,
Brandon gets shit done.
Email us at recovery.
No, I need the voice. I don't need Brandon's voice.
We'll do our best to answer all
out of here
emails.
later.